So there is the birth of the Ottawa Gay Men's Wellness Initiative. And to its credit, Ottawa Public Health called a meeting in April of 2002. I think I'm a closet archivist because I keep track of these events. Called a meeting of concerned community people, of which I was one, both service providers and community representatives, to seek solutions and review the materials they were developing. And I was particularly alarmed, as were my fellow gay men there, is that gay men were in fact being blamed. They were saying, you're not practicing safer sex. And there go those irresponsible gay men, once more, not looking after their own wellness. Well, that's not the case. The fact is, you can wear a condom for fucking, i.e. safer sex, and still get syphilis. And this was not understood. We finally, public health responded. They agreed with us. And so we came up with the tagline that syphilis is easy to catch, easy to cure, get tested. And we began to work out new prevention programs to get tested for syphilis. There was a follow-up meeting in September of 2002, again called by Public Health, and we developed an action group to address STIs in gay men because we were a priority in the city. And we developed kind of a dog and pony show about syphilis to take out to the bars and baths. We developed a program called Guess Who's Back, and we presented Sylphie, as he was known, as a retro disco guy, and we created a public service announcement with Toronto and Montreal that was shown in a lot of, shown to classes, shown to public health people across the province, and was running on a strip in the various bathhouses. So at the next meeting, November 2002, Public Health said, well, we shouldn't be leading this initiative. It should be community-led, and Barry, would you lead it? And sure, why not? And so I became the chair and remained so until 2015. And so we, you notice I have to check my notes here. I can't keep all this at the front of my mind. And Ottawa Gay Men's Wellness took shape. And it was about 1/3 service providers, 1/3 community service providers, like Pink Triangle Service, BRA, etc., and 1/3 community reps, like me. The organizations that were part of it were Pink Triangle Services, Centertown Community Health Center, once again our champion, Bruce House, Southwest Community Health Center, who ran the anonymous testing, Ottawa Public Health, the AIDS Committee of Ottawa, Youth Services Bureau, and BRA from Gatineau. And really, we had 5 key areas, and actually they may remain pretty true today. One was to rejuvenate HIV prevention. Another one was coordinate health promotion for gay men. Another one was to advise Ottawa Public Health on gay men's wellness issues and identify emerging issues. And the other, fourth was advocacy for gay men's health, and the other one was to ensure that services were available for PHAs, gay men living with HIV. The ironic thing here is we had no budget. We had no money for any of this, and we leveraged the resources of our membership. And people would kick in money as we needed. We say, oh, we've got to make condom boxes. So Centertown kicked in a grand, ACO kicked in a grand, Public Health kicked in $1,000. And that's how we covered our expenses. And I can just perhaps go over a list of our, what I would call notable successes over the next decade, considering that we met quarterly. We had no real resources, we had no staff, Ottawa Public Health were very generous in giving us a place to meet and a project officer, Christiane Bouchard, who was amazing at finding resources and helping us out. For instance, we did a fair amount of outreach. The first thing was getting condom boxes all around the city in good locations, in all bars, all bathhouses. There were many more bars in those days, and at one point 3 bathhouses, and in other places where gays were known to be. And at one point, at its peak, we were distributing 5,000 condoms a month. And we had ACO developed a whole cadre of people who went out, volunteers who went out and filled these. We did a community forum on the Ottawa on gay men's health. We coordinated the Assumptions campaign in Ottawa. We coordinated the Lambda study in Ottawa. And it seems to me that we coordinated another one and I've forgotten about it. But in the Lambda study, we got about 600 people filled in an extensive questionnaire, and half of them volunteered blood samples so that we could get a reading whether people's assumption about their status was the same as it truly was. It was all anonymous. We did creative work. Dr. Paul McPherson wrote columns. I think it was called The Direction of Your Erection, and did a series of pamphlets. I was telling you about the one we did of Guess Who's Back. We lobbied the mayor's office to declare a day against homophobia in 2007. We were pretty busy. It was the Lambda survey that 515 surveys and 50% gave blood samples. Big leap in faith here. We surveyed 250 men at Pride in 2005 about the possibility of establishing a clinic for gay men. And of course, it was overwhelmingly positive that gay men would go to a clinic. Speaking of creativity, we also established the first smoking cessation program in Canada devoted to gay men. Why the Cancer Society had not done this, I don't know. It was well known that gay men smoked at a rate twice the rate of straight men. And at any rate, we managed to get $1,500 from this organization, $1,500 from that organization, etc. And Christiane Bouchard, who was a facilitator for such programs, actually took the program that was part of a provincial program and retailored it to meet gay men's needs. And a lesbian entitled the program Stop Dragging Your Butt, and it was extremely successful. 80% of the men who came stayed for all 8 or 10 sessions. 50% quit. That's apparently a huge quit rate for these programs. And about 90% said in a survey that they would not have gone to a program had it not been specifically for gay men. They needed safe space. The program was later redone in French, and it was rejigged for gay men who were HIV positive, who smoked at very high rates. And the tobacco was, in fact, their largest health problem. It was more serious to them than the virus. And also we tweaked it and presented it for lesbians as well. We were quite, what can I say, a crucible for creative thinking in those days. We participated with another program from Ottawa Public Health called Urine Luck, for sending in urine samples to see if people had chlamydia. And we also identified emerging issues and one of which was LGV, a very virulent variety of chlamydia that appeared in the gay community. And we urged and lobbied and got it done, the medical officer of health, to issue an advisory to all physicians in Ottawa to watch for this. And similarly, when we realized how serious anal cancer was coming for gay men, we urged the Ottawa Public Health to send out an advisory on HPV, human papillomavirus, that gay men should be getting anal pap smears, and that this was a problem because gay men were infected at 10 times the rate of straight men, and HIV-positive gay men were infected at 100 times the rate of straight men.